Sports Cards. Get at it.
Hey, it's Falava, Leotawa Dr. John Peterson here with TE2 Edge Sports Cards, coming at you live and direct from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hope everybody's doing good out there. Excuse me, we've got a little PSA grade reveal here. Actually, it's not a little PSA grade reveal. It's a pretty massive sub of Jordan and Kobe. Let me run through some of the details on the financial side before we get started. I did not do a formal pre-grade video for this lot. I forgot to do it. I did do a video that went through a bunch of the cards, but I didn't do a formal pre-grade, so my apologies on that. You're gonna have to just kind of follow along with what I got here. If you haven't hit the like or subscribe button, please do. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, let me know how you thought or think that I did. Okay, so a little backstory on this. I got this lot of Kobe and Jordan cards from a gentleman out in South Dakota. I got the lot, oh geez, this is back in February. Overall, there were about 400 to 500 cards in the lot. I'm just gonna say 400. The total cost for all of the cards in the lot was $3,200. So that places each card at about $8 per card. If you multiply 8 times 120, which is the number of cards that were in this current submission, that gives a card outlay of $960. Now, you have to remember the other 300 or so, 280 cards, 300 or so cards, I'm selling raw, and some of those I've already sold. I'm not calculating that into this financial outlay, final outlay on the finances, so you're just gonna have to trust me that I'm doing pretty good on those cards as well. Some of them are going into top loaders. A lot of them went into top loaders into my 5,000 count box, and I'd say probably 50 to 60 went into one touches because they were a little higher value raw cards. Excuse me, sorry. 120 cards for the sub. I sent it in on March 19th. It didn't check in with PSA until April 22nd. So it sat for a whole month, which was unfortunate, but that's the way it is right now with PSA. They were at $20 per card, so there wasn't any sort of special or anything like that. The total grading fee was $2,400, a little under $2,400. It was like $2,388 if I'm not mistaken. $100 to ship, both ways. I had the pre-grade value at $12,525. Yeah, so I thought the pre-grade value was right around $12,500. As I mentioned, it was a 400 card lot. The total was $960. I also inserted a few cards that I wanted to get graded that were not from this lot. Those cards totaled $1,300. So if you take $960 and add it to $1,300, the total card outlay for all the cards was $2,260. And so if you take $2,400, which is the grading fee, $100 for the shipping, and $2,260 for the cards outlay total, you get $4,760 for the final total outlay. So my estimated profit, I basically took $12,525, multiplied it times 0.87. That gave me $10,900, and then I subtracted the $4,760 to come up with an estimated profit of about $6,150. So $6,150 is what I thought I would come back with as a result of this order. So yeah, so that's kind of the front end of the financials, and I'll do the back end at the end of the video. So you're gonna have to watch the total reveal. It's gonna be a long reveal, but hopefully you'll enjoy it and you'll stick with it. So here are some of the cards that came back ungraded, unfortunately. This blue, this is a Skybox EXL min size. Unfortunately, this is, I thought this was a 10, so that was a pretty good sized card that didn't get graded. Triple double, it's an upper deck. This is a Kobe double trouble or double double. I think it's double double. Not a huge card, but can't get it graded. This is a 2003 Fleer EX, excuse me. Didn't get graded. And then this is the 94 Finest Jordan. That didn't get graded. I had that as a 9. And this is the card. I've sent this in a couple times. It's come back as min size. This is the second time it's come back as min size. This is a Bombardiers. I think this is a 9, so I'm going to keep sending this in. Yeah, otherwise I'm going to take a $300-400 loss on this card because I bought it raw for like $300, $400. I can't remember exactly what it was. So that didn't make it into a slab. So, all right, here we go. So I'll give you the year, brand, what I thought it was going to grade and what it did grade, and then what the final value is for each card. So the first card, we got a 1987 Fleer Jordan. I thought this was an 8. It came back as a 7. So a loss right away. 285 is what this would have been. Or this is 285 and a 7. Next one. 1992 Topps Stadium Club. I had this as a 9. Came back as a 9. $45. Another Topps Stadium Club from 92. I had this as a 10. Came back as a 9. $45. Topps Stadium Club Members Choice. Members only, members choice, one of those two. I had this as an 8 and it came back as an 8. Yeah, it is members choice. Not a big card. I'll take a little bit of a loss on this one, probably $10-15. Most I'll get for that one, so won't make the grading fee on that one. 92 Hoops Supreme Court. I had this as a 9. This actually came back as a 10. So that's $125 to $140 card there. Next one is the 1993 Upper Deck Fanimation. Had this as an 8, and it came back as a 9. So $30. I'm about a break even if you sell it on eBay. If you sell it raw, or if you sell it in person at a show, you're going to make a little bit of money. $10, obviously. This is the 1990, let's see here. Oh, yeah, okay, it is. 1993 Skybox Center Stage. I had this as a 9. Unfortunately, it came back as a 7, so I got kind of hurt on this one. Only a $35 card and a 7. I thought it looked really good. I don't know what the issue was. Something I missed. So I overgraded that one. 1994 Upper Deck Collector's Choice Silver Signature. I had this as an 8 and it came back as a 9. $50. 94 Upper Deck World of Trivia Gold Signature. I had this as a 9. Came back as a 9. It's about a $120 card and a 9. That's a pretty good deal. Pretty good card for a 9. Excuse me. All right, let's keep going. 1994 Fleer Sharpshooter. I had this as an 8. Also came back as a 9. $50. 94 Fleer Famous Nicknames. Had this as a 9. Came back as an 8. $35. 94 Finest. Had this as a 9 and it came back as an 8. $60. Uh, 95 Flair Hardwood, 8 is what my prediction was. Came back as an 8. So I was spot on with that one. That's probably $50 $15 card, $20 card at the most. It's a nice card, 95, skybox, larger than life. I had it pre-graded as a 6 and it came back as a 7. Just the chipping on the back is just so rough, you know, but still a cool card. Glad I got it slabbed. 140 bucks and a 7. We got the 1996 Upper Deck SP All-Stars. I had this as a 9, and it came back as a 9. About a $35 card, $30 card. 1996 Ultra Effort. This is kind of a fun-looking card. Not really hard to hit. It's just, you know, nice card. Had this as a 9. Came back as a 10. So that's a $120 card. This is a card that I sent in numerous times, and I have really struggled to get good grades on this. I had this as a 9. It's a 1996 Skybox Premium, and it came back as a 9. So that's a good grade for a tough card. I think that's about a $50 card, value-wise. Same card, 96 Skybox Premium. I had this pre-graded as a 10. Came back as a 10. So super excited about that. I've probably sent maybe 5 or 6 of these in, and to finally get a 10 is really nice. That's about a $350 card. That was a nice win on that one. This is a 96 Flair Style. I'm not really familiar with this subset. I had this as a 9, and it came back as a 10. Thought that was fantastic. A little bit of a tiny bit thicker card stock here. Great card, and we'll do well on that. I think that's a $375 to $400 card. All right, now on to Kobe. 96 Upper Deck SP Premier Prospects. Had this as an 8. Came back as an 8. 25 bucks. Same card. Had this one also, I had this one as a 9. Came back as an 8. 25 bucks. So overgraded that one. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Same card. I had this one as a 9, and this also came back as an 8. So overgraded that one. 25 bucks. So not hitting too good on the Kobe's that first year. Had a whole bunch of these 96 Upper Deck Top Stadium Club rookies. 97, I actually was Top Stadium Club rookie. So not as a rookie card, but the second year card, but it has rookies on it. Had this one as an 8. Came back as an 8. Here's the second one. Had this as an 8. Came back as an 8. Those are about $40 cards as 8s. Next one I had as a 9. Came back as a 9. So I got that one right, 65 bucks. Had the fourth one as a 9. Also came back as a 9. Again, that's 65 bucks. Another one here. Had this as a 9. Came back as a 9. Next one, I had as an 8, and somehow it came back as a 10. So that doesn't happen very often, where you're undergrading by 2 grades. So I thought that was pretty fantastic. That's a $450 card in a 10. Here's the last one of the Top Stadium Club. I had this as a 9, came back as another 10. That's $450 there. So really nice card. That'll sell easy. I'll get $450 for it. 97 Hoop Screams. Had this as an 8. Came back as a 9. Excited about that. This is not an easy card to get in a high grade. Just lots of scratching usually. We got a 98 Finest. I'm sorry. This is a 98 Upper Deck Hard Court. Thicker card. Had this as a 9. Came back as a 10. That's about a $250 card in a 10. So happy about that. This is a 98 Upper Deck Hoop cover story, or Hoops cover story, something like that. Hoop Magazine cover story is what it is. Had this as a 10, and it came back as a 10. So it was about $105, $120 card, somewhere in there. Had a 98 Finest, had this as a 9. No peel, came back as a 9. $40. So you can see a few bigger cards, but mostly smaller cards. 98 Bowman's Best. I think this is Best Performance, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, just Bowman's Best. Yeah, Best Performance down there. Had this as an 8, and it came back as an 8. That's not very much. It's a $25 card, $25 card. 1997 Topps Chrome. I had this as an 8, and it came back as a 9. Did good on that one. That's a $50 card. Same card. Also had this as an 8. No, sorry, had this as a 9. Came back as a 9. $50 card. Next card. 98 Skybox Premium. Had this as an 8. Came back as an 8. $30 card. So, might make a little bit on it. Not a ton. $5-10 at the most. All right, 1998 Metal Championship. Jordan, pre-graded as a 7. Came back as an 8. That is a $40 to $50 card. Next one. It's a Kobe 98 Fleer Soaring Stars. Pre-graded as a 9. Came back as a 9. And we're looking at about $50. Oops. Soaring Stars. Had it as a 9. Came back as a... No, I had this one as an 8. Okay. This came back as a 9, so undergraded that one. This is the Upper Deck SP First Class. I think this is a die cut card. Nope, not a die cut. I think it comes in a... Oh, it is a die cut. Yep. Die cut card. Had this as an 8. Came back as a 9. $60. So you can see lots of 9s. Not too bad for these older cards. This is the 99 Upper Deck Athlete of the Century. Had this as a 10. Came back as a 10. That's about $175, $200 on that one. Had the UD Retro 99. Had this also as a 10. Came back as a 10. That's about let's see here, $135, $150 card. And I've got the actual value at $135, but you know as well as I do that Jordan comes with a premium, so. But that's what I have as the value. This is the 1999 Upper Deck Holographics Hall of Fame. Had this as a 9, came back as an 8, unfortunately. And an 8, it's a $100 card. So, nice card. All right, next one is 1999 Upper Deck Holographics. Had this is the maximum, I think. Had this as an 8, came back as an 8. That's $40. This is the 99 Upper Deck Holographics Awesome. Oops, sorry. Holographics Awesome Gold. I had this as a 10. I was really hoping it would come back as a 10, but $1,000, $1,000 card. Fortunately, it came back as an 8. Still in an 8, it's a $160 card, $175 card, but definitely not what I was hoping with this one. So you'll have to see how that plays out with my final value at the end of this video. This is the 1999 Upper Deck SP sample. I had this as a 10. It came back as a 10. So pretty happy about that one. That's about a $160 card. Next one's a Kobe. This is an Upper Deck 99 Holographics. Had this as a 9. Came back as an 8. Another 99 Upper Deck holographics. I think this is the 24/7. Had this as a 9. Came back as an 8. So overgraded those two. 2000 EX Generation X. 8 was the pre-grade, and 8 was the final grade. So that's a skybox card. I think this is Diamond Nation Upper Deck 2000. Had this as an 8. Came back as an 8. $20 card. Not a lot. This is Ionics 2000 Upper Deck 8. Was the pre-grade. Came back as an 8. $15, $20 card. So a little bit of a loss on those two. Pretty happy about these. 2000 Flair Showcase. Pre-grade was a 9. Came back as a 9. Very tough to get 9s in these Flair Showcase cards. Usually there's little scratches all over the front. So that's only a $40 card, but still nice one. Same card. Another 9. 40, 50 bucks. This is the feel like I'm missing. Oh yeah, the double is min size. Sorry, 2000 Upper Deck Cool Air Jordan. Had a 9 on this, and it came back as a 10. That's a sweet card. I like that card. And that's about, what do we got on the value on that one? Cool Air, 250 bucks. This is the, let's see here, Upper Deck Certified Legends, the best. I had this as a 10, came back as an 8. I don't know what was wrong with this. It looked pretty sharp to me. Don't know. I was thinking this was going to be closer to a $100 card, and it's really closer to a $10 card. So didn't do very well on that one. Next one is a Kobe. This is SPA First Class. I had this as a 10, and it came back as a 9. Sweet, sweet looking card. Yeah, $25, $30 card and a 9. Man, what a shame. And a 10, that's a $220 card. But you win some, you lose some. 2001 Fleer Characteristics. I had this as an 8. Came back as an 8. $100 card. You don't see that card a lot. Guess I don't. We got a 2002 Topps Chrome Fast and Furious Jordan. Had this as an 8 and it came back as a 9. About 40 bucks. We've got a 2002 Upper Deck SPX Jordan. Had it pre-graded as a 9. Came back as an 8. Cool little hollow on it. That's probably 20 bucks. Yeah, 20 bucks at the most. This is a 2003 Fleer. No, I'm sorry. Did we miss one? Oh, I know. Min size. Shit. Yep, min size. That was the 2003 Fleer EX. 2005 Upper Deck MJ and LeBron James duel. Had this as a 9. Came back as a 9. And 120, 115, 120 bucks. Not bad for a 9. Let's go to the next page. '96 Topps. Nope, that's not right. Here we go. 1996. A lot of cards, so I got to keep track of all this. 1996 Fleer Metal. I had this as a 9, and this came back as a 10. That is amazing. Not an easy card to get a 10 in. I'm telling you, these Fleer Metal cards from mid 90s. Yeah, it ain't easy, folks. That's a $360 card. I'll easily put 400 on this. Not an issue putting 400 on this and holding firm at 400. So, yeah, that's a great card. 96 Metal Nuts and Bolts. This is a 9. I mean, even getting a 9 in this card is not easy. It's a $35 card, so it's not worth a ton, but I mean, to get that for a 9 for $35 is pretty sweet. I'd probably put 50 on that. Same card, nuts and bolts. Had an 8 and it came back in as a 9, so a 10 and 2 9s in this Fleer metal stuff is fantastic, I think. Had some of the 96 Finest orange border. This is the mystery card. And this is an 8. Came back as a 7. $30. Had this also as an 8. Came back as an 8. $45. And then had this one as a 9. And it came back as a 9. So I had the pre-grade value at 200, and it looks like it recently is like $100. So I have to take a look at this again. I thought it had an outside chance at a 10, but maybe not. Or not, maybe not. Not. Next one, Topps 96 Profiles. I had this as an 8. Came back as an 8. $25, $20 card at the most. So kind of a push. Skybox EL. This is the black. Not EL, EXL. Skybox 96. As black. I had it as a pre-grade as a 10, and it came back as a 10. So pretty excited about that. That's a $185 to $200 card. 1990. What is this? 96 Upper Deck SPX die cut. I had this as an 8. It came back as an 8. So not a big card, but $60, $70. You can see there's a scratch down the middle of it, but I'm glad I sent it in and got it graded. Hopefully somebody buys that up. Oops, just went to this one, 96 Stadium Club Finest. This is the Jordan Star 101. I think it's 101 reprint. And a 6. Believe it or not, in a 6, this is a, let's see here, $200 card. No, not 200, sorry. $160 card in a 6. That's crazy to me that there's $150 in a 6. Definitely selling that. All right, one of my all-time favorite Jordan cards. This is the 96 Topps Stadium Club Special Forces. Had this as an 8. Came back as a 7, unfortunately. I had this in a 9, but I sold it. It was about $270. This is the Topps Stadium Club 96 Shining Moment, or Moments. Had this as a 9. Came back as a 9. $30 card. Still plugging away here, folks. All right, we've got the Upper Deck SP 1996. Had this as a 9. Came back as an 8. It's a push, $20. Maybe even a little loss. 96 metalized, 9. Came back as a 9. Another good grade for metal. $70. Same card. Had this as an 8. Came back as a 9. Happy about that. $75. This is the 96 Season's Best. This is Topps. Had this as a 9. Came back as a 9. It's that print line down the right-hand side. Always that print line. Not always, but a lot of times. $250 card. That's the Enfuego. People call it Enfuego, but it's really Season's Best. 95 Topps Finest. Had this as an 8. Bam. Came back as a 9. $80. So you can see I'm hitting it with a lot of 9s. Not too bad considering how old these cards are. Topps Finest 96 Maestros. Had this as an 8. Came back as a 9 OC. Yeah, so I put the value at $60, $75 on this. That was kind of odd that it came back as OC, but that is what it is. 96 Hoops. Let's see here. This is Big Finish. Had this as a 10. Boom. Came back as a 10. Did good on that one. That's $190, $200 on that one. So you can see you hit some 10s. You're doing good, and as you start hitting some 9s, get above that $50, $60, $70 range. Adds up quick. 96 Topps Finest Sterling. Had this as a 9. Came back as a 9. 65 bucks. 1995 SP Championship. Had this as a 10. Came back as a 9. $50 card. Had the old 96 Topps Stadium Club Top Crop. Had this as a 9. Came back as a 9. Super happy about that. $225, $250 card here. I got Peyton on the back, Jordan on the front. A good old 88 Fleer Jordan. Picked this up in a lot. Had this as an 8. Came back as an 8. I got paid $100 for it, so 130. Break even on that. Got a 96 Skybox Premium Kobe and a 9. Came back as a 9. That's a tough card to grade too. 75 bucks. 96 Topps Stadium Club 8. Came back as a 9. See, lots of 9s, man. I'm feeling pretty happy about this order. 55 bucks and a 9. I've had a 10 of that I've sold, but that one came back as a 9. Got some Fleer Ultra 96. This was an 8. Came back as an 8. Super hard to find these cards with clean edges. The whole set is like that, so thought this one was an 8. Came back as an 8. Thought this one was an 8. Came back as an 8. And thought this one was an 8. This one also came back as an 8. So straight 8s on those Ultras. That's fine. Those are all worth about 50 bucks. So altogether 200 bucks. Cost me 8 bucks per card, 32, 20 bucks to have it graded. That's 80. So paid, made 100 bucks. Yeah, maybe closer to 75 bucks if you sell it on eBay. Let's see here. 96 Metal. Had this as a 7. Came back as a 9. That's a $100 card. In a 10, that's a $2,000 card, folks. So super happy about that. Obviously, I would have loved a 10, but had this one 96 Metal. This one, or no, was this an 8? No, this came back as a 9. Yeah, I had this one as an 8. This one came back as an 8, so I was right on that. Had this one as a 9. Came back as a 9. So it's 100, 40, 100. Had this one also as a 9. That's 100. So just with these 4 cards, just to give you an idea, 8 times 4 is 32. 32 plus 80 is what, 112 or so. Let's say 110 bucks for these cards to have them graded and for the cards. And you're looking at what, 50? No, sorry, 100, 100, 140. So 350 bucks. So you make 250 bucks on this, on just these 4 cards. That's pretty dang good, I think. I'm not going to complain about that. This is the Edition Swish from 97 Jordan. Had this as a 9, came back as an 8. So lost on that one a little bit. Edition Swish is 70 bucks. Hoop Screams Jordan, sweet card, 96 Topps Stadium Club. Had this as a 7, came back as a 9. I'm telling you, man, super happy with these 9s. I mean, obviously you want to get 10s, but it's so hard, you guys. I can't even tell you how hard it is to get 10s. I mean, you got to scrutinize these cards so much, and there's just so many cards that just looked good, but I didn't send them in because I just knew they weren't going to get 9s or 8s, or maybe 8s, but not have that value above 25, 30 bucks. So Hoop Screams, $120 card and 9, and those 9s have value, folks. I mean, as long as the 10s keep going up, they'll pull the 9 value up. This is 97 Topps Finest. Had this as a 9, also 9, 50 bucks. That's one of my favorite cards in the entire order. This is the 97 high risers from Topps Stadium Club. Had this as a 7, and it came back as a 7. Okay, so you can see the edges weren't great. It's embossed. I got this at 250 bucks in terms of value, so it's pretty nice there. This is obviously a Flair. It's 96 Flair Showcase Row 1. I had this as a 7. I've sent this card in before. Just gotten brutalized. Like 6, I think, last time I sent this in. Had it as a 7. Came back as a 9. Yes. Super excited about that. A $300 card and a 9. You know, it's so impossible to get these in 9s. People don't even realize that, aren't familiar with the Flair Showcase stuff. You just get the micro scratch. I mean, you basically breathe and it gets a scratch on it. So to get this in a 9, I'm super, super happy about it. Honestly, when I sent it in, I thought it could even be a 10. It looked that clean. So that's $300 there. This is the Row 2 from 96. Had this as an 8. Also a 9. $100 card, $125 card. Hard to find a 9. Harder than you think. It's getting harder and harder to find these cards. All right, so we're coming down the home stretch here. We've got 96 Metal Shredders. I had this as a 9, came back as an 8. So didn't win on that one. $35. Class Axe. Had this as an 8. This is 96 Stadium Club. Came back as an 8. Had this one also as an 8. Came back as an 8. $50 and an 8. And then this one I had as a 9. No, I had this one as a 10. Yeah, I kind of went out on a limb on this one. Came back as a 9. So in a 10, it's a $500 card. It's closer to $100. But the centering, if you've seen these cards, hey, that ain't easy. This looks pretty damn good to me. I mean, obviously it's a little bit on the bottom, but so did pretty good on that. This is the 96. Is this Fleer? I can't remember. It's Total O. I know that. It's an acetate card. I had this pre-graded as a 9, and it came back as a 9. It's like a $450 card and a 9. So, and a 10, it's closer to $1,500, $1,200. So happy with this. We got the 96 Upper Deck 3 UD3 Hardwood Prospects. This was an 8. Came back as an 8. That's $40. 96 Fleer Rookie. Had this as an 8. Came back as a 9. That's a tough card too. Not easy to get in a 9. Only a $50 card, but still not easy to get in a 9. 96 Hoops 9 was a pre-grade. 8 is what it came back as. This was also a 10, or not also, but I had this pre-graded as a 10, and unfortunately came back as an 8. I don't really know what was wrong with this one. Thought it looked pretty damn clean to me. So I was off by 2 grades. You're always concerned when you're off by 2 grades. This one's one of my favorite cards in the entire sub. It's the 96 Flair Showcase. Kobe. I had a 9 on this, and I thought, oh man, there's too many little micro scratches on it. And but they did me right and gave me a 9. So yeah, $350, $400 on this one. That's a sweet Kobe card. In a 10, obviously, it's worth a lot more, but I'm pretty happy with this 9, and I'll hold firm on this one. I won't do 85% on the vast majority of these cards. Most of these cards are selling for 90% or higher. Starting a card shop here in the next month or two, or a couple months with my buddy Eli, and we'll put these in the showcases at the store and sell them, at the sticker price, at value, no percentage off. This is the 96 Ultra board game. Had this as a 7, and it came back as a 7. That's a $50 card. I had to throw in an old 1990 Fleer All-Star. This was a 9. Came back as a 9. Had the Upper Deck Black Diamond. I thought this was a 10. I was going to try and finish it off with a 10. Unfortunately, came back as an 8. That's only about a $15-$20 card in aid. And then the last card, which I wasn't able to find on my list that I wrote up, is 96 Ultra All Rookies Kobe, which came back as a 7. So that's probably a $30-$40 card in a 7. Not worth too much. So that is the order. There were 120 cards, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, 6 of them were min-size. So I don't know where those min-size cards went, but I think 6 of them were min-size. So 114 cards, I believe, that were total graded. Final value. So I told you at the beginning that I thought the final value, the estimated value, was going to be $12,525, and I came in quite a bit under that. I came in at a final value of $10,785, so about $1,800 under what I thought. Part of it included those cards that were min-size that I thought were going to get some better grades, especially that Season's Best from '98, the Bombardiers. 10,785 times 0.87 is 9,385. 9,385 minus the total outlay of 4,760 equals a final profit, if all the cards were to liquidate and sell, final profit of $4,625. So I had the estimated profit at $6,140, and the final value or final profit was at $4,625. So the delta between those two is $1,515, which I don't think is really too bad, considering there were 6 cards that were min-size. How did I do on the percentage correct, percentage undergraded, percentage overgraded? I thought I did really well in this order, actually, to be honest with you. I had 52%, so 59 out of 114 cards were pre-graded the same grade as the final grade. I had 30 that were undergraded, which is the most I've ever had. 30 out of 114 were undergraded at 26%. So 78% of all the cards were either correct or undergraded, which means that I was pretty tight with the pre-grade. And then I was over on 25. 25 out of 114, it was 22% overgraded, which I don't think is really too bad. It's one of the lower percentages I've had for overgrading in the time that I've been doing this kind of pre-grade stuff. So, all right, well, I hope you enjoyed this, the massive Kobe and Jordan PSA reveal, and gave you a glimpse and kind of a look into how I do this in terms of the financial stuff and pre-grade and post-grade. So, hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you leave a comment. And yeah, hit me up if you're interested in any of these cards. I'm on eBay, TE2 Edge Sports Cards, and I'm also on Instagram, TE2 Edge Sports Cards. Take care, folks. Peace out. One love.